What's happening, my intrepid mojo tears? It is your ever-loving cat daddy, Jackson Galaxy, with you today. Something special for you, I think. I think of myself as a friendly, sort of, inviting kind of cat daddy. But there are certain times, like today, where I'm not. I'm kind of angry. And I gotta give thanks to my people on Facebook. Thank you guys for pointing some stuff out to me. It was pointed out in numerous different posts because I guess it's being advertised. And what's being advertised is a shock collar for cats. Stop meowing, scratching, and more. Tired of your cat's loud meowing, furniture scratching, or jumping on the counter? Quickly correct these bad behaviors with this collar. You can even keep your outdoor cats from roaming off your property. Looks as good as it functions. So this is one that has a remote. So again, this is one of those things where you're trying to train your cat not to do something. And they have to walk around with this collar on. And at any given time, they will get, like I said, either a vibration, shock. If you understand simple motivations in cats and how our relationship works with them, you would know that this is just garbage. And not just garbage, but it can really do a lot of harm in terms of your cat's mojo, their confidence in their territory, because they don't know why it's happening. Sure, the idea that every time I go to this place, something bad happens. If it's a remote control, you're still operating that thing. So it's not like I get on the counter and I get a gentle shock. No, what happens is you see them on the counter, you give a gentle shock. There's another collar here. So now this one is marketed as a training collar for cats to prevent meowing. So in this one, you put the collar on them. Every time they meow, they get that vibration. Meowing is a way of communicating to you, the meow specifically. So if your cat is meowing at you, there's a couple of reasons why they could be doing it. They need something, for real, need something from you, or they're hungry. But the idea of shocking them in order to get them to stop, again, you are breaking down the very fabric of your relationship with them in order to get short-term gain. Now, you guys know I've talked a lot about how much I hate spray bottles. Of course, it's a much less aversive technique than electricity. I can't even believe I'm saying this. Let me stop for a second before my head pops off. If you walk around with a spray bottle and every time your cat does something you don't like, you spray, what's that doing, right? Sure, chances are they'll probably stop at least the first time. After a couple times, if they want something badly enough, a lot of you will say to me, well, all I have to do is hold the spray bottle after a certain time and they'll stop doing what they're doing. Great. Look at what you've done to your relationship. You hold something, you make them scared. Fear is not the way to motivate your cat to do something. How about we just put that in a bottle and throw it out to sea? So if they need to scratch, we need to let them scratch, but we can say no. So for instance, here is as far as I get into the world of aversives. You've probably seen in my show, I've used something where it's a compressed air canister, which if you need to, you put it on the counter and you leave it there. And so every time the cat jumps on the counter, it's as gentle as a puff of air. It's a small little sound, a puff of air. That's it. And that's enough to tell a cat like, oh, there's probably better places to go. But then in the meantime, you give them a place that is just as high as that kitchen counter, nearby where all the action is happening, and you don't leave food out all the time. There we go. That's the way to what? Compromise. That's how it works. And you could be sitting there going, yeah, but I don't want to compromise. I want my cat to stop doing it. If you want your cat to be scared all the time, if you want them to be unsure of what should be their safe space, if you want a breakdown in your relationship, then go for it. Go get a collar. But I'm telling you that that's not the way to do it. Now, of course, again, some of you will say, well, it's a puff of air. That's the same thing. Whenever I'm advocating for any of these even slightly aversive techniques, whether it's a puff of air, whether it's sticky tape, whether it's a tool to keep critters away, including cats, from your front door because it's driving all your cats crazy, there's always another side to it. There's always a yes. There's always your responsibility, right? All of that's in there. I just want to urge you, in no uncertain terms, not to buy this thing or any iteration of this thing, anything that acts the way this thing does or promotes behavioral changes in cats due to this kind of a thing. It is cruel. Let's just let that breathe for a second. This is cruelty. This is not behavioral modification. So please, listen to your cat daddy. Don't buy it. Tell your friends and family, don't buy it. Go to whomever is selling this and please ask them to stop selling it because it is, again, in my perspective, cruel. I'm just begging you guys, don't take what seems to be an easy way out because it's not easy, it's not effective, it's not constructive, and it will harm things. And when I say things, I don't mean your cat. I mean the situation between you and your cat, and it'll harm your cat. Cats are family members. Don't shock them. Very simple. All right, you guys. We'll make this light next time around, but for right now, I just had to get that off my chest. Spread the word. All right, all light, all love, all mojo to you. Mwah. Meow.